Welcome to Muscle Maintenance with In Shape Fitness. I'm Coach Kim and I will be your trainer. Today's Functional 5 workout is a little bit of a departure from the normal muscle maintenance workouts that we've been doing. We are still going to be exercising for about 15 minutes, but I'm going to introduce to you a concept called the Functional 5. And what that is a way for you to really master just 5 exercises, whatever your ability level is, right? We normally do exercises at level 1 or 2 ability, level 3, moderate level ability, and then 4 and 5 at the harder levels, pushing your limits and like a 5 body blast sort of level. But either way, whatever your level is of current capability, we can start with the simple foundational basic moves and help you understand how to build on them so that you take 5 moves, your functional 5, and however you're feeling in a morning, you get up, you roll out of bed, you hit the floor, and you do at least 1 minute of each of the 5 moves. At the bare minimum, we're going to do 2 sets of the 5 exercises that I've selected for you today. And of course, there are countless ways that you can do this, but it's really important that you understand that, a workout with quotes. I've got quotes up by my ears as I'm talking through the microphone. I'm showing my hands up, but so you can't see this, but a workout doesn't have to be a trip to your gym for an hour or a trip to your basement gym in New York City where I live and work to visit a trainer, which I am, and we do hour-long workouts with people in the city or boot camps in the park, or a studio class, or, really heavy and intensive ballet class, or cardio sort of aerobics class, or even an intense yoga class. It doesn't have to be that long of a time. 5 minutes, 10 minutes of exercise is a really great way in your morning to boost your metabolism and get your body fired up to metabolize itself, right? To metabolize the stuff that you're taking in and help generate muscle mass that will help stabilize your body, prevent you from having dips in your energy levels during the day, and all kinds of other things. So let's get started with just a quick march or walk in place for 30 seconds. You want to make sure that your back is straight, your shoulders are back, right? So we always do a postural systems check before we get started with a client. You want to make sure that the chest is open, your ears line up with your shoulders. That is anatomically correct. Your palms should really face more out than towards your body or back. You want to keep those shoulders back, and this opens up your chest, which helps your respiration, allows air to get deeper into your lungs, which, because of that increased surface area, the touch points with those inner workings, the inner sort of tissues of the bottom part of your lungs, you're able to more effectively and efficiently distribute oxygenated blood to your limbs. Okay, now take it up to a jog for 30 seconds. All right, as you're jogging, you want to make sure you're kicking those heels back. And if you're pretty fit and you want to add a shoulder press here, that's fine. You want to make it pretty active. You really want to keep the back straight, squeeze those tummy muscles, and make sure that you're breathing. Now, you want to breathe in through your nose, and you want to exhale as deeply as you can as well. And remember, the carbon dioxide that you're getting out of your mouth as you exhale, not needed in your body. Muscles don't want it, so get it out, and then take the air in through your nose in order to make sure that your brain has an active, basically it helps regulate your heart rate if you take your air in through your nose. It's a sort of a technical term called the parasympathetic nervous system that is activated by the inhaling through your nose mechanism, and you will be able to control your heart rate a little bit better. All right. So our first exercise in the Functional 5 today is a walkout push-up, or a walkout. Doesn't have to be anything. It could be just a walkout to plank position on your hands and then walking back to your feet with your hands. Your feet are going to stay still. So what you do, keeping your back straight, you're going to squat all the way down to the floor and put your hands down. So you want to bend at the knees and bend at your hips. Walk little steps, doesn't have to be huge, one big or, a couple of big steps, but just get your body out to prone position where you're in push-up start position. Do 1 push-up if you can, then walk your hands back and stand all the way up. We're doing this for 1 minute and your time is already going. So keep that going. Now make sure that you're doing this to your level, right? So if you are pretty weak, you're just off the couch, which thank you for listening in. If you are starting the slow but very, very worthwhile progression from a completely sedentary life to one of vigor and energy, and not necessarily shredded and looking like the swimsuit cover model, for Sports Illustrated, but someone who is able to get around without a lot of pain. Someone, you've got 20 seconds or so left, so keep it going. Move a little faster maybe to try to finish up these last 10 seconds from now. Actually, 10 seconds from now. But, so it's not going to, put you on the cover of, a magazine, but it is going to help you live your life without fear of falling, without a lot of aches and pains, with better metabolism and therefore better weight management. This focus on like a perfect body, not necessarily the smartest way to go. You do want to push yourself, but you do want to sustain an exercise program for your entire life. And the only way to do that is to do a little something every day and to really focus on this as part of your everyday life, as opposed to, some sort of existential experience that you might achieve when you walk into a gym. All right, so that's your walkout move. That's for 1 minute. Now we're going to interact with gravity a little more intensely. You're going to do some squats. So I want you to plant your feet shoulder width apart. Okay, your toes do not turn out. You're going to lower your body sitting down and back into an imaginary chair. And then as you pause at the bottom. Then you lift up by squeezing your glutes and pressing your heels into the floor. Okay, your 60 seconds starts now. Inhale on your way down. You exhale as you lift back up. Now, if you are off the couch, you are a level 1 beginner, preconditioning workout sort of level, you can either use a wall or a chair to help you stabilize. You can only sit partly down, maybe about 45 degrees down. Or you can go a little bit slower. Now you can go faster to make it harder. You can add a little jump at the top to make it harder. Our Master the Motion exercise this week is something we call a squat, salute, and lift, where you extend one leg straight back and then the opposite arm straight forward as you come up out of your squat. So there are tons of ways to make this suitable for your ability level, right? So this is the second move. You've got 5 more seconds. It's the squat. So we have the walkout push-ups, then the squat. And now we're going to move on to the next exercise. Okay? The next exercise is going to be a little bit of jumping. All right? Now, I know a lot of people don't like to jump, and of course, there are lots of ways to pick exercises for a Functional 5. In fact, you can email me if you want, info@inshapellc.com. Let us know that you need help figuring this stuff out, and we can help pinpoint the right 5 exercises for your body. But jumping is great for your body. You want to get some neuromuscular activation, this stimulus that you achieve by that little bit of impact on the bottoms of your feet, because all those neurons that reside in your feet are single cell units that shoot signals straight to your brain and therefore then shoot signals all to, all of your muscles. All right, start bunny hopping. Your 60 seconds. I don't know why I keep wanting to say 30 seconds because we normally have 30-second segments here, but 60 seconds starts in now, and you're landing lightly on the balls of your feet. You are keeping a slight bend in your knee for shock absorption throughout. And if you want to make this harder, you can take it to a jumping jack. Right? A bunny hop, you're literally coming up off the floor about an inch, maybe 2. Okay, so everybody should be able to do a little bit, unless, of course, you have orthopedic conditions that warrant 0 impact. Talk to your doctor. Make sure you have thumbs up from your doctor to do any exercise program if you're just getting started. But if you start with the bunny hop, you can go into the jacks. You can do some lateral jumping. You've got 15 more seconds. Jumping to the sides. Jumping forward, back. Go for it. Now push yourself. Last 5 seconds. Excellent. Okay. Now we're going to do some hip bridges. So lie down on the floor. We're going to do 2 exercises on the floor, and then we're going to very quickly go through a speed set, a flow speed set where we go through and do another set without talking in between, and it's going to be about 45 seconds for each of the exercises. All right, so you're on your back, your knees are bent, your feet on the floor with your toes and heels lined up, straight line. Don't let those toes turn out. Hips go up in the air, arms extend down to the sides, and this is your standard hip bridge, right? This is a position. You're posing in this position, so you can either stay right there. I'm starting the clock for 60 seconds, or you can slowly lower your body down to the floor and then lift back up as you exhale, right? Lower down, lift up. Lower down, lift up. Don't let gravity do the work on the way down. And squeeze those glutes on the way up. Now, you can make this a little easier by just staying in the position, or you can make it harder by lifting one leg up and lowering down and up. You can also lift one leg up and just move the lifted leg using the hip joint as the moving joint, right? Your knee's not going to bend any more than it already is bent. You're just going to use your hip joint to tap your toes down onto the floor. That's called a Swiss hip extension. If you see me privately, you know that I use that exercise a lot, especially with runners, because this is such an effective way. Make sure you switch, by the way. If you're doing one of those single leg exercises, go ahead and switch to the other side for a few more seconds on the other side. But your hip flexors and your hamstrings, if you are a desk working individual or a sedentary individual as a whole. A desk person, by the way, even someone that is fit and goes to the gym on a regular basis, but someone who sits at a desk all day can have a high propensity for injury, chronic injury at the hip and hamstrings muscle groups because of the seated position. Just that position, all right? Last exercise is a crunch. I favor this butterfly crunch where you put your feet together, soles of your feet together, hands back behind your head. Pretend that I'm standing over you right now and that I've got a string wrapped around your sternum and I'm going to pull you up chest first, okay? Then lower back down. 1 minute. We call this a butterfly crunch. That's right. Keep that going. Exhale as you lift up. Inhale on your way back down. Don't let gravity do that work on the way back down. Remember, you need to make sure that you're squeezing on the way back down. You benefit from negative resistance when you really control your body in both directions. So lift up, pause, let your body and your brain catch up to each other, and then lower back down slowly. Lift up, lower down slowly. Try to get a little higher each time as well. You've got about 15 seconds left. You want to make sure that you get those shoulder blades up off the floor, even the top of the rib cage. Look at your ceiling. Last 10 seconds. Excellent work here. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now stand back up. Let's go right into the second set. We have no time to lose here. I really want to get you out of here. I'm not going to make 15 minutes, but hopefully 16 minutes. You're going to squat down, walk your hands out to push-up position. Do one push-up if you can, or not if you don't. Then walk your hands back, then stand all the way up. We're going to do 2 more of those for a total of about 45 seconds. So squat down, right into the one push-up, walk your hands back, and then stand all the way up. And one last time, squat down, put your hands on the floor, walk out to push-up position. Do one push-up, then walk your hands back, then stand all the way up. Let's do some squats now. Plant those feet shoulder width apart. Make sure your toes don't turn out. Sit down and back. Your time starts now. You're sitting down and back. Make sure this knees on your knees don't go past the tips of your toes. All right, back is straight, abs engaged. Squeeze those tummy muscles. Pause at the bottom, all points where you switch directions. Apex, in terms of your motion, needs that fractional second pause because you want to make sure that you control the movement in both directions. Momentum and gravity are really, really lovely physical forces, but they do not belong in your workout. All right? Finish the one that you're on, and let's go right into some hopping. Bunny hops or jumping jacks. high jumps. If you want to do some really, really good jumps, bunny hop for a count of 5, and then jump up as high as you can, kicking the heels all the way back towards your butt. Let's go for a few more seconds, then we're going back down on the floor. I want to get you out of here within that 16-minute time slot there. I've promised to stick to that time amount just to keep it really, really functional and realistic for you. All right, and we're doing the second set, so it's kind of extra credit even at this point. The functional 5, it really does do a great deal in terms of your body's ability to metabolize and just be awake starting in these early mornings when we have to get up and go to the office. All right, now lie all the way down, get your butt up into the air for your hip bridge. Just go up and down 10 times, and then we'll do some crunches. All right, so we've done walkout push-up, squat, standard squat, or whatever squat you want to do. Spiffy squat, I call them. The version of which we have in our Master the Motion installment this week. You can find it, by the way, on our Facebook page, this squat, salute, and reach. So check that out and like us on Facebook, by the way, when you get there. Let's see. And now we're doing the hip bridge. And the last thing is the butterfly crunch. So finish up with that butterfly crunch. Soles of your feet are together, knees out wide. Of course, all of these exercises can be found in workouts generated at InMotionWorkouts.com. Again, it's InMotionWorkouts.com. Please check it out. It will be going officially live, and the membership sort of basis will be launched sometime before the end of this month. So, and that's 10 days from now, basically. So give it a shot. It's free to set up a free account. Just use your email address and a password, and then you can set up an unlimited number of workouts at any ability level. And I'm Kim Watkins from In Shape Fitness. Have a great day. I will be back with a new installment of Muscle Maintenance sometime next week as well. Have a great day.